Welcome to America at its Best. My name is Rebecca Painter, and I'll be your host for today's show. We just wrapped up State Policy Network's third annual LaunchPad event, and I am here with the brains behind this innovation event, Lynn Harsh, Vice President of Strategy for State Policy Network. Lynn, thank you so much for being on the show today. First, tell us, you came up with this awesome idea. What is LaunchPad? Why does it matter? What are we doing here?
Right. Well, in 2018, I pitched an idea to try to help us figure out how to solve really difficult public policy problems in our environment in record time. Like, how do we get after it and get it done?
It was all moving too slow.
Moving too slow, all moving too slowly. So we put this project together, and this is our third year, and we just concluded. It was a great 2 days.
So walk us through. We've got project owners, we've got these people you call brain trust. What's really happening on the ground here? Who makes up these groups of people?
Well, so we have an intake form. People can apply to have a LaunchPad project. And this year we had 56 people apply to pitch a project at LaunchPad. And what we do is whittle that down to, this year we did 8. And then the real brains here, those are the brain trust members. Those are the people, the entrepreneurs, the specialists, the people who in our network gather together to take these projects, unpack them, just determine what the real problem is, unpack them, repackage them, and help get them out the door and help them fly.
So they take their ideas, they rip them apart, they put them through the ringer, they have to come back the next day, start all over,
They do.
refocus everything. Did you see any projects change dramatically from one day to the next?
Almost all of them. And that's because of the great talent of those entrepreneurs who come join us to help us with this. Not one of us is talented enough to do this by ourselves. So it's great to have these people come in with their life experience, their expertise, their knowledge, their talent, and it's a co-creation process. They work right alongside these project owners to build something that really has some amazing results.
Lynn, you and I have talked over the years about how things in our country, in our movement as well, they move too slowly,
Yes.
or the impact it's not impactful enough. It's just, it's not ever enough.
Yeah.
Have you seen, or do you feel like the projects from the last 2 days, are any of them going to move fast enough? Are any of them going to have an impact that's going to be big enough? Because you know what? Things in this country right now don't always feel like they're all that good.
Right. Well, we have everything from families that really need support because they're struggling to keep their families together, to how in the world do you bring the litigation, the legal system down to the small business and the individual who gets sued and can't afford a lawyer, to how do you allow individuals and people who don't have a lot of money to influence and really make an impact with legislation, to things like reinforcing and supporting better policing, because we know that this is a real problem in our communities. There's just a lot of fracturing going on in policing. And so part of this whole effort this time with all of our projects, all 8 of them, and 3, by the way, were on education reform, and one of them was just really cool. I mean, all of them were great, but one of them was just out of the box thinking on this. And I think the issue is these project owners really are motivated to get it done. There's their passion is what we want to support. So we now will bring resources alongside them to help support them, and all of them need something different. Most of them need to figure out how to raise some money for the projects, but all of them need something different, and some of them spin off to be a for-profit because that's the best way they can get things done. So this has been the fastest advancement of projects since I've been at SPN, the ones that come out of LaunchPad successfully and get moving. It's been very exciting.
And is it fair to say that part of this name of LaunchPad means that SPN wants to help along the way so that we can get these things launched in other states where we can?
Absolutely. So we're all about federalism, as most people know who know us. So it's how can we drive reform from the bottom up? And these are the people who live with these things day in and day out. They see the solutions, they see the problems, and any way we can help connect all that together, that's the way to get a better solution and a faster solution.
Well, Lynn, you went through a lot of different projects, all of them that come from local solutions, local communities. LaunchPad is such a great example of how we don't have to wait for the federal government to solve our problems. It doesn't matter who our president is. We will solve problems locally within our own communities. We do have control, and we will scale up these projects, help these guys with our brain trust long after we leave this event today. Thank you so much. Congratulations. What you have done in the last 3 years with this, what started as a pilot and what is now exploding. I've heard, I think, 6 people so far today tell me that this is the best co-creation innovation event that they have been to with their projects. And I have to tell you, as someone who never thinks anything is good enough and has been worried that we at SPN have to do more on LaunchPad, I was just blown away by this entire event and what you've done. So thank you to you, and thank you to our donors who are watching and have made this possible. It's awesome.
We'll get better and better every year.